Hello my friend and welcome to my channel. Today I've got Igel Beauty Disco Ball using Model 1's base and top coats and Beauty Big Bang Texture XL003. I'm starting off with Coco and Claire's Weekend base. This is a peel off base that has to be cured with a UV lamp. I do a very, very thin coat and clean up really well before I put it under that lamp to cure. But I thought I would share that. It goes on real well. It levels out really nice. I am really starting to enjoy this one. Gonna cap my free edge here. There we go. I'm gonna cure that under the lamp for 60 seconds. And here's the Igel Beauty, and this one is Disco Ball. It's a glitter. This isn't like a dip powder. This is really considered acrylic, and we're using it as a dip powder. I got my little tray thing out. We're going to play with that today too. And I'm going to go in with Model 1's base coat here. Just a very, very thin coat. You want to work with really thin layers here. But I've decided when it comes to dip powders, I just prefer the gel method. The liquids are just frustrating and aggravating, and you know, you go back to them and the bottles are all, you know, gunky, and I'm over it. And this, for me, is just faster. So you see I'm doing a really good job of cleanup here because I don't want to get that disco ball, like, really affixed to my finger. I don't mind if some of the powder sits on it that I can wipe off later. That'll work just fine, but I do a really good job of cleanup. And it will be wet, so some of those powders will land on it and kind of stick, but not like glue stick, like gel polish stick. So I've got my little tray under my finger, and it's got a scooper in it that I'm using. Load that rascal up and just dump it all over. Make sure you've, you know, got it on every side. And I'm using my hand to tap my other hand. And then I'll be able to scoop that glitter back into the pot. I'm going around the edge with a toothpick. I know y'all are disappointed Woody's not here, but this was a toothpick job. And I'm making sure that we have nothing that got smushed or, you know, wonkified in that dipping. But I didn't really dip down in. I sprinkled it over top, so I wasn't really expecting. But I want a really clean manicure here, y'all. Keep it clean. Okay, I cured that under the UV lamp, and now I'm brushing it off with my little fishy brush. And we're going to do the same steps again with the disco ball. Now, this might not have been the perfect choice for this. I should have done like a solid color, but I was feeling the disco ball on this particular day. So there we go. We're going to do our cleanup. Nope, I didn't need any cleanup. I must have stayed in between the lines this time. And now we're dipping over, pouring over the dip, or the acrylic. This was really acrylic. Tapping that hand off again. And there we go. Scoop it, dump it back into the pot. Yay! Going around that toothpick again. Make sure, and I did do really good this time. I'm not as dialed in as I needed to be for this part of the video, but you can see what I'm doing. And then I cure it under the lamp again for 60 seconds. I'm taking my little fishy brush to it all again, trying to brush off anything that I can. Definitely, and I get this stuff everywhere, y'all. It's all over my hands, all over the place. Alright, so I've decided I want to do a clear coat on top of this, so I'm using Kiara Sky's Clear. And I know I'm mixing everything up. I'm using Model 1's, Kiara Sky, Igel Beauty. Look, I haven't had any problems with any of that, but you do you. If you feel like you need a whole system of something, then you do that. But I'm mixing and matching here because this is what I have. I don't typically use this stuff very often, so I don't feel the need to own everything in every brand. So that's my stance on that. Alright, so got the base coat on, and we're going to just pour over some of this clear. Because I'm going to file this down a little bit, which is why this particular video is long, some of it. because I spent a little time with my new e-file. Going around with that toothpick again. And I'm liking this is looking better than any of the dips I've ever done before. And it's because I'm taking the time to do cleanup. So we cured it for 60 seconds. And now we're dusting it off again. I know it looks like Groundhog's Day, doesn't it? So we're going to get as much of this off of us as we can get. Alright, so here we go with the new little e-file. And we're just going to get this rascal going. I've got a sanding band on it, and it's like a super fine sanding band. And look, this thing goes all the way up to 5. This girl's going to do a 1. Y'all hear me? I am not proficient yet, but I will get there if I slow my roll and practice this. And we're just going to keep on trying, watching other videos. I am holding it like a pencil like they told me to. We'll learn it together, y'all. And if you know any tricks or tips, send them my way. I'd be very interested, because I'm still a little bit intimidated. This one does feel more comfortable than my old one, though. So I do feel like I've reined that in a little bit. So this one is doing a little bit better for me, comfort-wise. All right, once that is done, I'm going to wipe over all of these with just some alcohol. Nothing special here. Just alcohol. Just something to clean any dust and lint and fuzzies and whatever we can get off of here. Oh, yeah. Clean everything. Get it all gone. Okay, well, I've decided now that that part's done, and I got to look at it, that it needed some kind of like just a little attention on the tips, around the edges. I guess they would call this shaping. So I went through all of the nails and did that a little bit. And now I'm taking a scrubby brush. I bought a whole 12-pack of these, so I'm going to start using the mess out of them. And just give that a really good scrubbing. Anything that's loose or whatever, get it off of it. And then I'm going under my nails, because y'all know I can't stand nothing under there. And I'm making sure to get all that excess dry dip powder that's under there just hanging out. I'm getting that out from under my nails. Have to. And then wipe over them again with the alcohol. Just to make it clean, because we're fixing to wrap this one up. Alright, so I'm going to top it with the Model 1's top coat. And look how it comes to life. It just goes from this gray to this glitter, lovely. It's very, I would say it's office appropriate, because it's not bling in your face, but there's a lot going on there. I am loving it. But it's kind of a nudie color, so I think that's why it works. But I'm doing my little top coat. And y'all, I didn't go crazy. You can tell that's still kind of a little lumpy of a nail from this angle and this close. But it really looked fine in real life. So practice will get me there. Alright. So we're going to run around with our cleanup brush real quick before we cure this top coat. Get any of that gel off of my skin. Get all up under there. And then I'm cure it for 60 seconds. And that should have been the end of this video, but I decided to stamp it and I thought I'd share. Beauty Big Bang Texture XL003. That is the stamping plate for today. Y'all knew I couldn't leave it blank. I'd have to do something to it, right? Yep. So we're going to clean this plate off with some acetone. So excited about these plates from Beauty Big Bang, these new ones I got. So we got my Monocle stamper and Maniology, and this is Violet Waves, my most favorite purple stamping nail polish. We got the Monocle stamper, and that's the H. Le Corsair scraper. Excuse me. You use whatever stamper or scraper you love. We're going to clean that off on a lint roller. And now we're going to just keep on moving on. Instead of cleaning the plate, I'm just going to do that all at the end. Unless I roll over one that I wanted to use and I have to clean it off. But I'm just using different images off this plate. You guys know I like to mix and match. I don't do Skittle manis much, but on the stamping part, I will. I don't have a problem using different images on every nail. Because I get to see how they all look. Decide which one's my favorite. Do y'all ever have like a favorite nail when you do your manicures? It's like, oh, that's my favorite. I love that one. Maybe that's just a thing that really sick nail junkies think. I don't know. But I know I do. I pick out a favorite manicure, like, because I wear different ones on each hand, and I also pick out a favorite nail on each hand. So now y'all know I'm totally crazy. Let's get on with some more stamping. Here we go. And this one I think also could be used like if you're doing like a Celtic manicure, like that flower's kind of got a Celtic-y vibe, and just some of the images look like they would work really well for that. And those patterns that I used on the other nails, the whole finger patterns, those are awesome. I think the whole plate works really well with itself. Got that little bitty flower. We're going to pull that one too. Because I wanted to use a lot of images off this plate. There we go. So we got stuffs everywhere. And just as a heads up, you can see that for some reason that one of the images, maybe two of them on this ring fingernail, it's a little blurred looking already, but I'm going to end up smearing it up, and I don't know how, but I'm sharing it regardless. Look, I wore this manicure, even though it had a smeared stamp design on it. Y'all, I wore it for a week. I was okay with it. But I definitely smeared the ring fingernail, which made me sad. So we're getting our plate and all of our goodies cleaned up here. We're going to put these away clean so that they're ready for us the next time we want to play. I had to clean up my stamping plate, my little mat, the scraping card, all of it. We like to put all of it away clean. Go around that edge. And the little mat, sweet, sweet. Get it clean. There we go. And y'all know I can't ever stay in the line, so you know there was something on that big mat underneath. I'm going to hop in here with a piece of tape and get some of this excess up off of my skin. And if you guys have held in with me this long into this video, I just want to say thank you. I know this is a little long, but there were a lot of steps to it, a lot of different things going on here. So, getting that cleaned up with some acetone real quick. So you can see it's a little blurry, that first one I stamped. Anyhow, we're going to top with some Maniology smudge-free top coat. And you can see it's a little blurry, but it's going to get worse. But like I said, I was okay with it. I wore it for a week. I showed people, look, here's my Mani. And then we're going to top it with some Poshe top coat after our Maniology smudge-free top coat. We're going to seal this one, and we're going to call it finished for sure. It's kind of like it's bleeding into, so I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I was okay with it, and I enjoyed it. And I do know I overwork the nail polish sometimes, so it could be a Tina thing. Got it all done. Hi, Woody. How you doing? And there we go. That is my manicure. I do hope you enjoyed this one. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself.